What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Firstly, the club right now are desperate for reinforcements in the full-back position. Firstly, at left back, Xavi does have massive doubts about Jordi Alba's defensive work. Therefore, he wants to lose left back. It will 100% at the moment be either Marcos Alonso or Javi Galan. Marcos Alonso right now plan A, Galan plan B. The club right now have started talking with Celta Vigo just in case the Alonso deal falls through, but it's pretty much guaranteed that Barcelona will sign one of these two. The question now is, who will it be? On the right hand side, a bit more complicated. Of course, Juan Foyth is #1 target, but that transfer is becoming complicated, of course, due to the transfer fee that Villarreal are demanding, his €42 million release clause. So the club right now are looking at other options like Thomas Meunier and also Hector Bellerin. But for Meunier, they are willing to swap Serginho Dest for Meunier with Borussia Dortmund. The swap deal is on the table. It's like a plan B or plan C for Barcelona, but the club are considering swapping Dest for Meunier this summer, and again, Bellerin signing is being considered. But of course, with players coming in, players with the League Cup this summer, we have some big updates on Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang going to Chelsea and how most likely it will happen by the end of this weekend. The question now is, how much will Barcelona get for this transfer? The club are still asking for around €30 million from Chelsea, but Chelsea only want to pay around 20 or 25-ish. Talks are still going on in that sense. But for Memphis Depay, his exit collapsed. Juventus deal is now off. They're going to go for Antoine Griezmann. Apparently, Memphis asked for too much money. Juventus have now walked away from the deal, and now Memphis has nowhere else to go. But there is a club who have entered the Memphis Depay frame and are willing to pay a transfer fee to sign Memphis this summer. We also have an update on Braithwaite, Frenkie de Jong, Antoine Griezmann, Umtiti, and Pablo Torre situations at Barcelona. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get the 300 likes in this video. Be very much appreciated. Also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. And the first topic that we have to discuss about is, of course, fullbacks, which of course right now is a priority for Barcelona in the transfer window. Firstly, let's give you guys updates in the left back position. It's coming in from AES. They've come out saying that Barcelona have started contacts with Celta Vigo to sign Javi Galan. At the moment, Celta Vigo are asking for the player's release clause of €18 million to be paid in full. Barcelona have not yet ruled out the signing of Marcos Alonso. The club are working on the signing of Javi Galan at the same time on signing Alonso, and they will only sign whichever one is most feasible. But Xavi does like both Alonso and Javi Galan. So again, no doubt the priority is Alonso. Again, Xavi is happy with both, but if you can pick one, he's picking Alonso. We're now starting to toss with Javi Galan because there are some complications in the Alonso deal, being of course registering him is difficult because his salary is going to be €4 million net, while Javi Galan will be half that at €2 million net, but of course he will cost more, probably I'd say €12 million, where I think Alonso is going to be €6 million plus 2 in add-ons. Now, one of the main reasons why Xavi is requesting a signing ASAP in the left back position is because there are massive doubts around Jordi Alba. Apparently, Xavi does not like Jordi Alba defensively in the team. His defensive work rate does not impress Xavi. Of course, Alejandro Ball is kind of a bit balanced, decent defending, decent attack, where Jordi Alba is fantastic in attack, but in the eyes of Xavi, not too good in defense. That's why Xavi is pushing for a signing. With that being said, he's going for Alonso, which for me, makes no sense. I think Javi Galan is just head and shoulders clear of Alonso. I'm kind of hoping the Alonso deal flops, to be honest. I don't want to give Chelsea money, and also I don't want to bring in a 31-year-old. I'd rather bring in a 27-year-old in who can still grow and still entering his prime, rather than a player who's in his prime right now on the decline. So wait and see. Again, it's going to be either Alonso or Javi Galan that we do sign in the left back position. Right now the question is, who will it be? So for the left back position, it is pretty straightforward. Pretty much going to sign either Alonso or Javi Galan. But in the right back position, it gets way more complicated. Now, firstly, Gabriel Sanz from Deportivo came out saying that Barcelona and the agents of Thomas Meunier maintain new contacts, who is the alternative for Juan Foyth, who continues to be Xavi's priority, although at the moment that operation is not easy. And Dortmund right now are asking for around €15 million, while Barcelona does not want to spend more than 10. The club are thinking, of an Alonso formula, €8 million plus a few million euros in variables, something like that. Meunier is not worth more than €5 million fixed, in my opinion. This guy is, average at best, in my opinion. I don't know why he's, being pushed and being considered by Barcelona. And he's being so pushed to the point that the club are considering a swap deal with Dest. Sport came out saying that Barcelona are in negotiation with Borussia Dortmund in a possible swap deal where Barcelona would receive Meunier and Borussia Dortmund would receive Serginho Dest. Get in the comments, would you do this? A direct swap, no money involved, they get Dest, we get Meunier. For me, absolutely friggin' not. But if you look at it from the club's point of view, it's a win-win. You get a right back that Xavi, likes and who would take, and you get rid of a right back who Xavi does not like. I mean, if you say Barcelona value Dest at 20 and Meunier is valued by Borussia Dortmund at 15, swap deal makes sense because, of course, Dest's agent have been asking for Barcelona to lower their price because no one wants to come in for him at 20 million euros. So I think for Barcelona, for Borussia Dortmund, for the two players, it all checks out great. Barcelona get a right back they want and get rid of a right back. Dortmund probably get a youngster. That's probably an upgrade on their squad. Meunier goes to Barcelona to end off his career at a great big club. Dest goes to go to, a very experienced club that plays Champions League, develop his game. Everyone's happy in this situation, but not me as a Barcelona fan. We're switching a youngster for an oldster. It makes no sense, but again, it is Xavi who is making these moves. Sport came out saying that Xavi considers Meunier to be very similar profile to Azpilicueta, solid with Champions League experience and a lot of energy. I don't know what's with Xavi signing 30-plus-year-olds. Lewandowski. He wants Alonso. He wants Azpilicueta. Of course, Rafinha, Kessié, Christensen, and Kounde were younger. Thank God for that, but Xavi has this niche to sign a bit older players. I really don't see why. But Meunier Dest swap deal, I personally wouldn't do it, but I think it's very, very possible if we, of course, don't get our priority in Juan Foyth. Again, Juan Foyth, we'll talk about him in a few seconds, but if that priority does not happen, this will definitely be on the table for Barcelona. And I think for all parties, again, for Barcelona, Dortmund, Meunier, and Dest, this can work out very well. But of course, with Barcelona, you have a plan B and you also have a plan C, who at the moment is, of course, Hector Bellerin. Sport came out saying that Barcelona have asked Hector Bellerin to wait until the end of the transfer window because they could sign him if they don't meant to sign either of their options, such as Foyth or Meunier. So Sport is saying Foyth plan A, Meunier plan B, and Bellerin plan C. Where Jordi Alba is saying the opposite. He's saying that Foyth plan A, Bellerin plan B, Meunier plan C. So I think Bellerin is a good choice. I think, if we swap Dest for Meunier, I'd bring in Bellerin as well. Have two strong right backs in there competing with each other. I think if you sign Foyth, keep Dest, there's some competition with each other there. I think Bellerin on a free deal is not a bad deal for Barcelona. Again, he'll be on relatively fair wages in my opinion, and also he'll provide some good competition there. He's not terrible, but he can do a job. Now, of course, plan A is still Juan Foyth. Jordi Alba came out saying that Villarreal are once again pushing to sign a new right back. They believe that Barcelona are going to sign Juan Foyth in the last few days of the transfer window. A swap deal involving Dest and Meunier is also an option on the table for Barcelona. So again, plan A is still Juan Foyth, but that Meunier Dest swap deal is on the table and it will be highly considered by Barcelona if we don't get Foyth. To be honest, I'd rather spend 30+ million on Foyth than swap Meunier and Dest, in my opinion, than maybe keep Dest or get rid of Dest somehow and then bring in Bellerin on a free deal. And there's other options for Barcelona than just swapping a 30-year-old for a youngster. It's looks bad in my opinion, and also it just doesn't make sense. Dest can grow into a better player than Meunier. Meunier's coming to the end of his career. We have to give him a little money, want to get rid of him in the future. Then he says, no, I want to stay. Braithwaite 2.0 and 3 2.0, that is still a possibility. So we'll wait and see in the right back position. Again, it's still very complicated, not as simple as the left back position, but again, plan A Foyth, plan B Bellerin, and plan C Meunier Dest swap deal. Now, along with the fullbacks, another player who Barcelona do want to still sign this summer is, of course, Bernardo Silva, and his signing is still possible, and the club still believe that they can do it by the end of the transfer window. Now, Jordi Alba has come out saying that yesterday Bernardo Silva went to look at houses in Barcelona and that the signing is still possible. Barcelona still plan to sign Bernardo Silva, but everything will depend on departures, salary reductions, all that sort of stuff. But it is still possible, it's still on the table, and there's still very good chances it will happen. We're hearing a lot now from the Man City press, the UK media, and even some in Barcelona saying that, look, this deal is not going to happen. It's now impossible. 1 week left in the window. City won't sign it. It won't sell a top player. They need a replacement. Everyone's basically saying it's no chance, except for the man himself, Gerardo Romero, Rafinha, Kounde. When do we see this again? I think there's a chance, but I'm not so confident we'll sign Bernardo Silva. We're hearing about, Frenkie de Jong wants to stay, this and that. I mean, the only way I can see Bernardo Silva coming to Barcelona is if Frenkie de Jong leaves or reduces his salary. Right now, it's very likely that he'll stay at the club and not reduce. We'll talk about that in his section in the departure area, but I think unless you see a buckload of departures, like hypothetically speaking here, Aubameyang, Memphis, Frenkie, maybe Dest, then you can bring in Bernardo with ease. But I think the club want to look at the FFP registering him first. I think the money is there for the transfer fee, 75 million euros plus variables, whatever it may be. We're hearing 60, we're hearing 80. I think the club had the money to sign him. Of course, the question is about registration. If registration was not an issue, I bet you this transfer for Barcelona would have been done by now. Juan Foyth would have signed 2 weeks ago. Bernardo Silva would already be playing against the Real Sociedad if registration was not an issue. But of course, that's something you have to consider. So we'll wait and see with Bernardo. Of course, later on today is the big match, Man City versus Barcelona at the Spotify Camp Nou for ALS charity match for Juan Carlos Untué. I'll be doing a live watch along for that. We'll see the Camp Nou react to Bernardo Silva playing in that match as well. So I think the signing is still possible. The media is still saying, or what media? Jordi Alba is still saying the signing is possible, but it's getting complicated, of course, by every single passing day in the final days of the transfer window. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours. First up, a departure who I think right now is very, very imminent is the exit of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Now, over the past 24 hours, we've been hearing coming from Sport saying that Chelsea have sent Barcelona a final offer of around 20 million euros plus variables for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. But again, we keep on hearing that Barcelona want the 30. And then yesterday, there was a meeting between Chelsea and Barcelona for Aubameyang, and we got some news. It's coming in from Romano. He first came out saying that Aubameyang has agreed personal terms with Chelsea. While talks progress, Barcelona are asking for 30 million. Then he came out saying there is still no agreement between Chelsea and Barcelona for Aubameyang, as a price tag of 30 million euros is creating issues, but work will be done in the next round of talks between the two clubs. So he's saying at this moment, it's getting complicated now. Barcelona remaining firm, they want 30 million euros. Chelsea are offering 15 plus Alonso, 20 plus variables. Of course, Rodrigo came out a few days ago saying that they offered 22 plus 5, which is around about 27 million euros. But again, Barcelona still staying firm on 30. I'm wondering, Barca boy, why is the captain saying there Aubameyang to Chelsea will take place? Gerardo Romero came out saying that this operation will happen. Right now, Barcelona and Chelsea are negotiating for the fee, but again, Aubameyang has agreed personal terms with Chelsea. This deal will happen at some point this week. Again, you might be thinking now, oh, he could be staying now. He didn't want to pay the 30 million price tag, but Barcelona, Chelsea, Aubameyang are all confident that this deal will happen at some point. Again, Aubameyang leaving will free up FFP registration for Barcelona La Liga. Like, no tomorrow we can register Jules Kounde, this and that, because of course he sat on 200k per week, which makes sense. So his exit is very, very important for Barcelona. They want to get rid of him by the end of this week. That way they can register Jules Kounde for this weekend against Real Valladolid. So what we see with the Aubameyang, again, the deal is not done. His move to Chelsea is actually very, very close. Also right now is that for Barcelona and Chelsea to agree on a fee. Now, another striker who is set to leave Barcelona by the end of the transfer window, but now all of a sudden he could end up staying, is getting complicated, is Memphis Depay. Huge updates on his exit. Firstly, Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Depay is ready to terminate his contract with Barcelona. There is a full agreement on both parties, but he's still waiting for the final decision from Juventus, as Antoine Griezmann is another option for the Italian club. Yesterday, Juventus did make their decision on who to sign between Memphis Depay and Milik. They've gone with bloody Milik. Matteo Marita from Livo came out saying that Milik option overtakes Memphis Depay in 2 ways. Number 1, economic, and number 2, attitude. Damn. In the next few hours, Juventus hope to close the operation of Milik. DeMarcio, the one who broke the news, of course, came out saying that Juventus has decided not to sign Memphis Depay because of his salary demands. They are now pushing to sign Milik from Marseille. So apparently Juventus have not officially told Memphis Depay quite yet they don't want him anymore. Some people are saying that this is a tactic to see Memphis Depay's reaction. Of course, over the past 72 hours, he has asked for more money from Juventus after they were about to sign the agreement. I think it was like 7 million euros per season. About to sign it. I want 8.5 million per season. So he increased it by 1.5. Juventus were not too happy about that, and now they're gonna go for Milik. They're hoping, they do prefer Depay. Let's be honest here. They're hoping with this Milik deal advancing, Depay will come back and say, "Oh, I'll take the 7 million. Never mind." If he doesn't, they'll sign Milik. So looks like Depay is stuck again at Barcelona. Depay CK, that looks like it. To be honest, if we sell Auba, I don't mind keeping Memphis, to be honest. I think he'll be a good option off the bench, but again, he's looking for a way out, as well as Barcelona want to get rid of him. Now, there is another option that has emerged for Depay over the past 24 hours, and that is the option of Manchester United. Luis Rojo from Marca came out saying that Manchester United will be willing to bid for Memphis Depay and could offer around 10 million euros for the player after Depay's departure to Juventus got complicated. Now hold up, we're about to let Depay go for free to Juventus, but now United want to give us 10 million? Take that and run, boys. Oh my god, this could be a gold mine. I think again, this move would be great for all parties. For United to get a top quality forward, good for depth, good for starting. Erik ten Hag gets a player that he knows, a player that he likes. Depay goes back to a club that he didn't do too well at first, can go back and redeem himself. Barcelona get rid of a player they want to get rid of and get some money as well. I think again, always, this is a perfect move. We heard about this early in the window, I think about a month ago as well. We'll wait and see. I think Depay might be a bit too not encouraged to take that United move, because of course he did in his first spell there, was very, very poor. Apparently, I didn't watch him, but I think now he's matured. He's much more better. I think that move from to Lyon from United really did him well in his career, and of course that Barcelona experience as well. So wait and see with Memphis. I have no idea what will happen. Again, the Juventus move is now off. Ain't no way to, unless he goes back and says, I'll take 7 million net per season and not the 8.5 that I asked for. So wait and see with Memphis. I think right now his exit is looking complicated, but of course, like I've said before, I've said this since June. Last 3 days of the window, you need a striker. Someone got injured, or you're looking for a striker for the whole entire window. Who's cheap and available? Memphis Depay is your guy. So wait and see on Memphis, but again, at the moment his exit is looking very, very complicated, but him and the club still want his exit to happen this summer. Now a striker who Barcelona are so desperate to get rid of by the end of the transfer window is of course Martin Braithwaite. Over the past few days, I've been letting you guys know that Real Mallorca are in talks with Barcelona and Braithwaite for a signing. Of course, salary will be an issue, but they are positive and optimistic that the deal could happen. The deal has collapsed, and wait till you hear why. Mundo Deportivo via the Real Mallorca media came out saying that sources from Mallorca claim the negotiations with Martin Braithwaite are not going well because the player is asking for a higher salary than what he's currently on at Barcelona. Keep in mind, Braithwaite right now is earning around about 100, I think maybe 80 to 100,000 euros per week at Barcelona. He's asking for more to go to Real Mallorca. I want to cry, man. I want to cry. I think the club will end up terminating his contract. We have the money for it. Of course, we don't want to pay him out. We want to maybe give him half, maybe 60%, 40%. I think the club, last few days of the window, they will terminate Braithwaite, and they've had enough of him. Of course, Umtiti now, he's done the right thing and gone out alone. Braithwaite is just being too stubborn. There are reports coming out saying that, from the locker room, the players feel like Braithwaite will end up staying. He's always coming to training on time, playing, happy, blah, blah, blah. Look, man. The man's asking for more than 100,000 euros per week at Real Mallorca. He ain't going nowhere, man. We gotta terminate his contract. I think that's the only way out for him. We'll wait and see what the club decide on Braithwaite, but again, he is a massive problem at the club. Now, another player who has also caused problems for Barcelona this summer, but in, a much better way than Martin Braithwaite, is of course Frenkie de Jong. We do have an update on his future. Now, firstly, I told you guys in yesterday's video that there was an option about going to Bayern Munich on loan, and again, that has materialized in the Barcelona press. Gabriel Sanz from Deportivo came out saying that Manchester United better provide a financial offer, and Bayern Munich, loan with a buy option, are both pushing to sign Frenkie de Jong. But then Plettigol, of course, he writes for Sky Germany, one of the best sources around Bayern Munich. He came out saying that Frenkie de Jong will not join Bayern Munich this transfer window in any way, shape, or form. So you can pretty much rule out the Bayern Munich option, which again leaves you with Manchester United, maybe Chelsea, or staying at Barcelona. Now, Luis Rojo from Marca, as you all know, I would say a mid source around the club, but around Frenkie de Jong this summer, he has been spot on. He got the first bid right, second bid right from United, and he said the full agreement was reached again. Around Frenkie de Jong, he's been spot on, and he's came out with a big bombshell. He came out saying that everything indicates that Frenkie de Jong will stay at Barcelona this summer. It does not indicate whether he'll take a salary reduction or not. He's just saying that he will be staying at the club this summer and will not be leaving. Let's hope it's a salary reduction, man. I mean, I fear for Frenkie. The club, we're hearing that Atletico Madrid now are asking Koke, Lamar, Oblak, Griezmann, Joao Felix, some of the even coaching staff as well to take pay cuts so they can register players for FFP. I think the club will take drastic measures on Frenkie if he does not reduce his salary. I mean, we're asking to go from 14 million net to 9. If we're talking, 50, 60% reduction, I mean, there's an argument for both sides, but we're asking for a 30% reduction, man. It is, again, I would say take the reduction. We win the Champions League while you're still here. I'll give you that 5 million euros as a bonus. Honestly, that's what I would do. Of course, he's supposed to make that 5 million per year, but I would just say that just to see if he would bite at it or not. My God, I'm not gonna move on. I'm sick of the death of Frenkie de Jong situation. Again, there was supposed to be the meeting this week. It's now Wednesday. Still no meeting yet. Let's hope he makes a decision by the end of this week. Again, by the end when this week ends, we're like 3 days left of the window. So we'll wait and see with Frenkie. But again, his situation is gonna be lingering until the final second of the transfer window. Now, on the topic of loan moves, we do have 3 updates on players who are currently out on loan or going on loan from Barcelona. Of course, the first loan update is on Samuel Umtiti, where today he's supposed to be traveling to Lecce in Italy to undergo his medical. The Marcio came out saying that Lecce are working to close the agreement on loan for Umtiti. Clubs are now defining the numbers of the appearances necessary to trigger the bonuses to be paid to Barcelona. If everything goes well, Umtiti will leave on Wednesday, which of course is today, for his medicals. Now I put it in the caption, Samuel Umtiti loan should be done today. We're waiting on that medical, man. If he fails the medical, I swear to God, I think the club will terminate his contract if he fails the medical. Apparently, Umtiti has done like 5 medicals in Barcelona. They're 1,000% sure he'll pass it when he goes to Lecce, but if he fails it, madre mia, we're gonna have a problem. So we'll wait and see. Later on today, hopefully, his loan move will be finalized and official. Again, fully agreed on personal terms with Umtiti, Barcelona, and Lecce. Just figuring out the final numbers on, if let's say he plays 20 games, we get 2 million, something like that. They're working on those bonuses. But again, Umtiti's loan move should be made official or hopefully at least completed by the end of today. Now, a French Barcelona player who is already currently out on loan to Atletico Madrid is, of course, Antoine Griezmann. In yesterday's video, I told you guys about the case of Antoine Griezmann, how it's been heating up, how Atletico Madrid want to pay that 40 million euro buy obligation, how they're hindering his minutes and not playing him on purpose, so the buy option does not become obligation. We do have some updates. Koba come out said that Atletico Madrid CEO tried to return Antoine Griezmann to Barcelona this summer, but Barcelona said no. Atletico even offered money to Barcelona to accept Griezmann's return, but it was less than his 60 million euro net salary. He currently earns around 12 million net at Atletico Madrid. Now, Barcelona are monitoring Griezmann's situation at Atletico Madrid and have passed the case to legal services to find if there's any breach of the law. Barcelona believe that Atletico Madrid are intentionally doing everything they can so they don't have to pay that 40 million euro buy obligation in the summer. I mean, it's clear as day. It's coming out in the media saying that Diego Simeone wants to play Griezmann. He wants to start him, bring him on at halftime. But the Atletico Madrid board, their president, I think, Gil Martin, is telling him, no, do not play Griezmann for that much. Only bring him on with half an hour to go. So if that's the case, maybe the club Barcelona could take some legal action in that sense, because they're hindering the chances of that buy obligation happening on purpose. The whole point was to say if he plays 50% of the matches for 50% of the one he's available for, the option becomes an obligation, and they're doing that on purpose, hindering that option. Then Barcelona could have a legal case in that sense. But again, I'm very, very confident that Antoine Griezmann next summer, of course, will not return to Barcelona. I think either we get 40 million euros for him, or Barcelona will accept probably a 20 million euro bid from Atletico Madrid. Now, a player who could have left Barcelona on loan in the final few days of the transfer window, but now that loan move is off, is for, of course, Pablo Torre. Now, in yesterday's video, I told you guys that the club are considering to let Pablo Torre leave on loan. If he does leave on loan, he'll only go back to Racing Santander. 24 hours later, the loan move is off. Candace have come out saying that Barcelona have informed Racing Santander yesterday afternoon that Pablo Torre will not return on loan. He will stay at Barcelona at least until January. Do I agree with that decision? Yes, I think he should stay, train with the first team. Again, playing with Barcelona Athletic, you could say, is a downgrade from Racing Santander. They're in the second division. Barca Athletic are in the third division. But I think training with Barcelona, even those few times a week, is so crucial for your development. And also, few injuries, you can get into the starting lineup. I think right now Pablo Torre is probably 4th choice, 5th choice midfielder for that creative side. Of course, it goes Pedri, Xavi, and then Pablo Torre. So you can still get into the team. It's not impossible, so to speak, but of course, it is difficult pending injuries and suspension. He pretty much has no chance, but if the situation does occur, he can have an opportunity. So we'll wait and see. Again, it's only coming from one source. I think the club are actually really considering his loan move. I think Xavi, Pablo Torre, the Barcelona board as well, are thinking about it, but one source already coming out saying that the loan move is off. We'll wait for further confirmation though on that topic. Let's now discuss some of the news surrounding Barcelona over the past 24 hours. Firstly, an update on the registration of Jules Kounde. As we all know, Xavi over the past weekend was very angry that Kounde was not registered, but all signals right now are leading to the fact that Jules Kounde will 100% be registered for this weekend's match against Real Valladolid. Goal come out saying that at Barcelona, there are no doubts that Jules Kounde will be registered this weekend and is even expected to start against Real Valladolid on Sunday as well. And of course, Jordi came out confirmed this as well, saying that Jules Kounde will play against Real Valladolid on Sunday. Aubameyang's transfer will be closed this week. So Romero saying that Aubameyang will leave, and of course he will be registered by then. Kounde will be registered by Aubameyang's exit. My big question is, if Aubameyang does not leave this week, can we still register Kounde? The answer is yes. We do need Umtiti to leave and Memphis as well to make that happen. We need at least 2 exits. Let's be honest. Of course, Umtiti is going to leave 100%. It's either Umtiti and Memphis or Umtiti and Aubameyang. We're going to need 2 exits. We'll wait and see. I think it's not as clear as the media thinks about it, but we have Umtiti leaving, Memphis could leave, Braithwaite contract termination, Aubameyang leaving, Dest could potentially leave as well. So there is those 5 options for Kounde to be registered, but at the club, they're very confident and they have no doubt he will be registered for this weekend's match against Real Valladolid. Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is about UEFA potentially sanctioning Barcelona. I mean, this supposed to apparently happened in the 2020-2021 season, so of course Laporta was not the president. It was still Bartomeu. This man just keeps coming back and haunting us every single time we have some sort of positive, spell. Then something comes back. We had a positive spell in the summer. Oh, criminality contracts. Positive spell now. We're gonna sell players. Kounde. Oh, we're gonna get sanctioned. Now, the Times in the UK are reporting that UEFA is preparing to announce sanctions in the next month for 10 clubs who have breached FFP rules up to 2020-2021 season, including Barcelona, PSG, Juventus, Inter Milan, and Roma. And Barcelona and Juventus, i.e. the Super League teams, are even refusing to negotiate with UEFA as of now. So, I mean, it's no secret that Bartomeu breached FFP rules like freaking tomorrow when he was the president, but now when we're in a worst case scenario, new president, new era, we're now going to pay the price for that. Now, Helena Codes from Kope came out saying that at the club, they are not aware that there is an open case against Barcelona on the FFP of the 2020-2021 season. There's no file, no notification, no signals whatsoever. And if there was or it started it will take months to resolve it. So again, just another freaking, it's like you're at work, right? You're finishing you have a whole huge, like Laporta came in, freaking massive pile, Eiffel Tower high. He's brought it down to, a standard building. He's about to finish it up. Another pile of crap. It's just freaking ridiculous at this point. I think Laporta really needs to think about getting, making Bartomeu punished. Send him to jail, fine him, do something. Of course, Bartomeu is going to trial in October for the Neymar case. Could go to jail for 5 years. If he does, you can bin it, I guess you can leave it. But if he doesn't, Laporta needs to make movements on this Bartomeu guy, man. This guy is just, even when he's not here, he's killing the club. Talk about wages, FFP, Braithwaite's still freaking here. It's just freaking ridiculous. So wait and see. It's still early days. It's the first only the Times right now are reporting this. Of course, Hector from Kobe came out confirming, saying that if there is something, the club has no idea about it, and if something is the case, it'll take them months to review the papers and try and resolve it. So wait and see what happens. Still early days, but again, UEFA and Barcelona, you could still say, are not on good terms. So if this is the case, we could be in some trouble. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing on it, firstly, is who do you believe will sign in the left back position, Javi Galan or Marcos Alonso? Secondly, and right back, who do you think will sign? And also, would you consider that Dest Meunier swap deal if we cannot get Juan Foyth? Thirdly, on Aubameyang's exit, think he'll end up going to Chelsea or staying? Fourthly, on Memphis, we think will happen with that. You think he'll go to, Juventus and ask, to reduce his salary? Will he go to United? What do you think about Frenkie and Braithwaite's exits? And also your final thoughts on that Antoine Griezmann case as well. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.